Hello and welcome back to Uncle Ben's farm. So in the last episode we were introduced to the farm and not much has changed really. In fact, nothing has changed. We've still got all the tractors and all that. So we're going to start off the first video. The first doing actual manual labour. Well, we've got these nice tractors to do some stuff for us, so that's a bit of a bonus. But I have bought a weight for this tractor that I might just go and put on it, because what we're going to do in this video is just try and get rid of all this stuff. But that will involve us needing the bucket, and I haven't taken any away yet, but I picked some up in the bucket just to see how well it works, and the tractor tipped up, so I decided I'd buy a weight and then we can just put that on the back of the tractor and that'll stop it wheeling. And normally you put the weights on the front, but in this case we've got the bucket on the front, so we need the counterweight on the back. So we're just going to get the weight, and while we drive there, I hope the volume is a bit better for you. I've been watching my videos and I've realised that my voice is a bit underpowered compared to the game volume. So I've turned the game volume down thanks to Kyle McClure 527. He's a friend of mine. Go check him out on YouTube. He's got a ton of great videos. He told me how you did the volume, and it was simple as just pressing options and just turning the volume down there. That's literally all I had to do, and I think it'll work, as you probably agree. Oh god, that's not gone well. Hold on, let me just... Good job we got the forks on here. Now, I know I could have just reset the weights back to the farm and done it that way, but that's not realistic, so we don't want to do that. Oh, there we go. So we're trying to play it as realistic as possible, to try and keep it a bit more enjoyable for you guys. You might not find it as enjoyable having to do all this driving around, but some of you will complain that it's not realistic, and I like playing it more realistic, so, you know, sorry if you don't find it very fun. A special shout out to Callum Ahern and Joe Mean, because I know you've been asking for these videos for a while, so I'm bringing this video for you. Yeah, because I know you guys like farming, so I'm starting up the farming sim series of the channel. As you guys, I'm sure, are aware, I've done about 5 or so videos GTA, 5 or so with the crew. So I'm going to do about 5 or so of farming sim, 5 or so of Minecraft, and about 5 or so of War Thunder, and then that'll be the YouTube up and running, the channel, and then I can just do a mixture of whatever I want. Because if I try and get at least 5 videos each of each thing, then you know what I'm going to do, a bit of mix of each, bit of an introduction to each of the videos, and a basic kind of general idea of what the game is, how it works, what I'm going to do on the game, and then if I don't upload any videos of that particular game for a while, then you guys aren't going to start getting all upset that I haven't uploaded any. So I apologise, I do have yet to do a Minecraft video. I'm very sorry I haven't been doing, but I'll try and get a Minecraft one up in a couple of days. But for now we're playing farming sim. So I do believe these are wood chips here, and if we press L3 here, we can go onto this little interactive menu, and this isn't very helpful, to be honest, except this one is. So I'm just going to leave it there, and I'm going to have a look through these, and I'll be back with you guys in a minute to show, and we'll start taking some of the stuff away. I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so I'm back. So I've been looking at the finances. Oh yeah, you can change the view as well here. Oh, we've got a little side seat there. I mean, credit to Giant Software, the detail in this game is just amazing. I mean, look at that lever. The detail that goes into this game is really amazing. I mean, the steering wheel looks perfectly round if we turn it like that. I'm not sure if the dials actually work. Let's just reverse a bit. Oh yeah, look, if you look at the big one, you can see the little red needle going up and down. Yeah, so the dials do work. I don't think the driver changes any of these switches while he's driving. I mean, like having a little gear change or something, that would be pretty cool, like being able to use these and maybe being able to see the guy's feet on the pedals or something like that. That might be pretty cool. But otherwise, yeah, it's really cool. Maybe being able to open the window and close the window, because I mean, when you're driving a tractor, sometimes you want to open the back window, you know, if it's a hot day, or you need to see, if you need to see down here, like where the weight is, down by the 3-point hitch, sometimes you have to look out the window and down there. So, but anyway, so I've been looking at the finances. So if we just quickly go on here, if you look at the wood chips, you can only take them to the biomass heating plant. So I thought you could take them to different places, but you can't. So let's have a go with this. I've not done wood chips yet, so I'm getting quite used to the controls and all that, so that's pretty good. Now, I was considering, I was deciding when I was looking at the shop menu, whether to scrap the tractor and get a loading shovel might be a bit better. Because as you can see, the tractor is great because it is a tractor as well, but it doesn't make a very good front loader. So just dump that out. Yep, that's all out. So, whoa. So, I know that might be a bit annoying, but credit to Giant Software there. I mean, the graphics again. That was nice and realistic. Thank you. This mound is quickly moving away, quickly disappearing, should I say? And the weight is working well. We've not tipped up. Like, what happened was, it was fine when I was driving around with the potatoes and well, it was a bit, you know, front end heavy, but it was alright. Like, I had the bucket somewhere here, and even as you can see when I lift it up and down, the back end lifts up a bit. But the problem came, the higher I lifted it here, the more it tipped up. I'll just zoom out a bit and you guys can see. Alright. I mean, this tractor, the bucket is a little bit too low for this trailer, but it'll be alright. I mean, the other ones you just go on a conveyor belt, but for this wood chips, for some reason it doesn't have a conveyor belt. And I've been trying to figure out why, and I've just come to the conclusion that wood chips wouldn't be able to go up a conveyor belt. Like, it would be a bit dumb. Like, if you had a ton of little bits of wood chips just going on a conveyor belt, it might take quite a while. So, but it would be a bit easier for loading Because I mean, if you've got, like, I've just started the game, so I've only got a little loading shovel. I mean, well, it's not even a loading shovel, is it? It's a tractor. Alright. Apologies if you're finding this bit a little bit boring. Whoa, we've got to stop doing that. But there's not much of a mound left. And at this point, if you're finding it a bit boring, just go ahead and fast forward it. Probably about a minute or so, 2 or 3 minutes, and you should be done. But if you like watching the whole of the video, stay tuned. I mean, I know farming isn't everyone's cup of tea, but you know, I find it quite fun, and so that's why I'm playing it. And for you guys who don't really know much about farming, it might be a bit of a experience for you, you know, to learn a bit more about the farming. And farming is actually quite fun. I have to say though, the title of this game is a bit misleading because it's called Farming Sim 15. Well, the 15 is irrelevant, that's just like 2015, I'm guessing. But the farming sim bit of it, okay, yeah, you've got cows and sheep, but it isn't really farming, to be honest. It's more like, well, it is farming, but it's more, how do I put it? It's more kind of, oh, spilling out a bit there. It's more kind of to do with the agricultural side of farming, like tractors and machinery, rather than to do with the animals and all that. I mean, I know it would be quite hard to make a game where you had to look after all the animals and all that stuff, but you know, that is real farming. This is, well, there is farms like this in the world, like where they just deal with tractors. I mean, if you're an arable farmer, that basically means you just deal with crops and not animals. Then all you use is tractors, really, don't you? So, like, you get a lot of arable farmers in America with all the big fields and, oh god, and sometimes in the vineyards, or vineyards, whatever you want to call them, they're arable farmers. If you just do vineyard work, they're arable farmers. Right, I think 1 and a bit more scoops, maybe? Maybe a couple more scoops. This bucket isn't that big. I was considering getting, if we'll just go over to the map, I was considering getting this, the New Holland front loader. I've had the Lee pair, and it's alright, but it's not very fast, and it's not as, it's good, but it's not as strong. I mean, look, if we look just down under at the max power, 156 horsepower, 195, so obviously the New Holland is a little bit better. I mean, the Lee pair will do everything the New Holland will do, the New Holland will just do a bit quicker and a bit more efficient, so unless you're just starting out the game and you need a front loader that's a bit more cheaper, like when you start the game you've got a bit of a problem with the money, then obviously the Lee pair is the best one to go for because it's cheaper. But if you've got money and you can't decide between the Lee pair and the New Holland, well, obviously go for the New Holland because you know, it's just better. It's faster and more powerful, so it can pick up bigger logs and do more stuff like that. I mean, the logs aren't too bad. That was a bit unrealistic of me, but never mind. Sorry, I keep going on about all the unrealistic stuff, but yeah, as I was saying, the logs aren't too much of a deal. I mean, the logs aren't really that heavy. You know, like 1 log, even this thing will be able to pick up a log. but it's when you start getting stuff like manure and all that stuff that's a bit heavier, you want a tractor, or you know, you want a machine that you can rely on to get it all for you. I don't know why I didn't think of this a bit sooner. Never mind. I think we've nearly got a, looks like about a 70% full trailer. Another thing on the graphics there, I know I've been complimenting a lot, but it is really amazing. When you fill in one side, it only, like, it creates a mound, and when you fill in different areas, it comes up. I do like that. Like in the 2013 or Farming Sim 13, you just filled it and it just filled, you know, in the middle. And it's not like that. Like when you do real life farming, you gotta fill it all round, otherwise you get, you know, you get a heavy trailer on one side and then you go around the corner and fling all over the place. So I do like that. I mean, it doesn't have that element of the, you know, uneven thing or make you crash, but you know, it's still just a nice little touch. So we'll just leave the weight in here, I think, for now. And I know this is for wood chips, but we have cleared a bit of a space for tractors for the time being, because if we go over here to the wood forestry equipment here. Now, I've made this mistake before. If we look at the wood chip machine, it is 88,000. That's fine, it's great, but it is a lot more expensive than you think. You think it's just 88,000, don't you? Well, if you're just starting this game, you think, oh great, yes, I'll get into wood chips. I'd just like to draw your attention to the horsepower required. If we look underneath, it says required horsepower, 250 horsepower. Now I bought it not having realised this, and I didn't have a powerful enough tractor, so I couldn't use it. I mean, it'll let you use the claw and pick the logs up, so that is always a good thing. You've got another claw if you need that. But if we go on to tractors and we look along the bottom at the horsepower, the cheapest tractor you have to purchase that has that power is this tractor here, the Deutz-Fahr 7250 TTV. And if I just draw your attention to the price of it, it is $230,000 plus your 88 for the for your forestry equipment, and that nearly comes to around 310,000. And that's just for wood chips, just to buy the machines for it. So that's not counting for petrol or diesel in this case, or any of that. I mean, that'll be more, and you know, it will pay for itself over time, but the amount of wood chips you have to deliver just to get your monies back off that is going to be massive. And that's why I am not going to bother with wood chips for a while. But a good fact is, if you want to invest in wood chips, what I suggest is you do it a lot later on. I mean, I am going to do wood chips in this, like in times to come. But for now, we're just going to stick with. We are going to get into logging, but we're just going to stick with baling. That's quite a good side. We're going to do that for the animals, I think. That's probably going to be the easiest. Oh, that wasn't very good on me. Just back up a bit because there's some cars coming. If we just have a look on here, biomass heating plant is just up the road. If you see where I'm flashing, and then it's just up the road from me. So we're just going to head up here. Let's check this. Select this cargo. Right. So yeah, wood chips is quite expensive and you don't gain much profit from it. I mean, it's not bad, you know. To be honest, it's pretty similar to the baling